What if the end of the world did not come from a war or a natural disaster, but from a pill that made people feel happy? Hello everyone, I'm Najwa Safarul Fahimah and my last student ID number is 135. So in this video, I want to tell you all about Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. This is a science fiction novel that asks a really scary question. What if the most dangerous person in the world was not a villain, but just someone who thought he was smarter than everyone else? So the story opens with a man named Snowman. He lives alone up in a tree in a world that is completely destroyed. He eats mangoes, drinks whatever he can find, and wears an old bedsheet around his body. That is basically his whole life now. Every day, a group of people comes to visit him. They are called the children of Craig. They look almost human. Green eyes, perfect skin, very calm and gentle. They treat Snowman like some kind of wise man, like a puppet. He has no idea what he is doing. He is just trying to survive. So right away we are wondering, how did the world end up like this? And who is this guy?
Kamu nanya.
The story goes back in time to explain everything. Snowman's real name is Jimmy. He grew up in the world kind of like ours, but much more extreme. Big corporations control everything. There is basically no real government, and society is split into two very different groups. Rich people live in clean, safe, protected areas called compounds, and everyone else lives outside in messy, dangerous places called plant beds. Jimmy's dad works at a biotech company. They put human organs inside genetically modified pigs called pigons, so the organs can be used for transplants later. Wait, right? But in this world, nobody thinks twice about it. Jimmy's mom is deeply unhappy with all of it. She secretly joins a group that fights against the corporation. One day, she escapes the compound and goes on the run. She gets caught later and she is executed. Jimmy finds out through his best friend Craig much later. So Jimmy basically grows up feeling really alone. And then he meets Craig, whose real name is Glenn. Craig moves to Jimmy's school, and Jimmy is the one picked to show him around. They have different personality. Jimmy loves words, stories, people, and Craig loves science, numbers, and logic. But somehow they become really close friends. They spend a lot of time together watching dark stuff online, like a violence, strange experiment, and disasters that is just normal entertainment in this world. One night, they come across a video of children being exploited. Jimmy notices one girl. She looks completely calm, even in a horrible situation. Something about her just sticks with him. That girl is Oryx, and she is going to matter a lot later in the story. We get a little bit of her background. Oryx was sold by her own family when she was very little. She was moved around and used by different people. But the really unsettling thing is she talks about all of it with no emotion. No anger, no sadness, just flat and calm, like it all happened to someone else. Eventually, Jimmy and Craig both graduate. Craig, with his perfect grades, gets into the best science university in the world. Jimmy goes to smaller arts college. They go their separate ways and life moves on. Now, Jimmy is grown up. He works at a company called Anyoyo. His job is just writing ads that make people feel bad about themselves so they buy things. It is boring. His life feels pretty empty at this point. But Craig is doing something really, really big. One day, Craig just shows up at Jimmy's apartment out of nowhere and invites him to see his secret lab. The lab is inside the most powerful company in the world called Rejuven Essence. And what Jimmy sees there is just wild, headless chickens ground only for their meat. Dangerous engineered animals experiment across very possible line. Over lunch, Craig tells Jimmy about his two big projects. The first one is a pill called Bliss Plus. It makes people feel incredible, super happy, full of energy, and very life. It spreads all over the world really fast through clinics and other places. People love it. Sounds amazing, right? But hidden inside the pill is a deadly virus. Craig put it there on purpose. His plan was to use something people actually want to quietly wipe out almost everyone on Earth. Then Craig takes Jimmy deeper into the building, into a special area called Paradise. And that is where Jimmy finally meets Oryx in person for the very first time. She is working for Craig. Her job is to teach the Crackers, a brand new kind of human that Craig created from scratch inside Paradise. They are designed to be completely peaceful. No fighting, no hate, no greed, just calm and kind. Oryx teaches them about nature, what plants are safe to eat, and what animals to watch out for, things like that. And Jimmy falls for Oryx right away, like really hard, and eventually they end up secretly dating behind Craig's back. But on top of teaching the Crackers, Oryx also travels around the world helping to hand out the Bliss Plus pill. She doesn't she doesn't full understand what is really inside it. And then it happens. The virus starts spreading. Within just a few days, billions of people are dying. Cities fall apart. The whole world collapses. Almost everyone is gone, except the Crackers, who Craig had made immune from the very beginning. He planned all of this, every single of it. Jimmy is stuck inside paradise, completely alone, watching everything fall apart on the screen. Then Craig shows up at the door. He is covered in blood, and he is holding Oryx in his arms. Right there, right in front of Jimmy, no! Craig kills Oryx, and Jimmy shoots Craig. Just like that. In just a few seconds, the two most important people in Jimmy's life are gone. The world already ended, and now this. Jimmy is completely alone. So that is how Snowman ends up living in a tree at the start of the story. He spends months looking after the Crackers, making up stories about Craig and Oryx like they are gods. He acts like he knows what he is doing, but really he is just trying to get through each day. Until one morning, he finds something on the beach. Footprints, human footprints. He follows them and sees three people sitting around the fire. Real humans, alive, just like him. And the story just stops right there. Snowman is standing behind the trees, sick and tired, holding his weapon, staring at these three strangers. Does he go talk to them? Does he trust them? Does he do something else? We never find out. The very last line of the book is just time to go. And that is the end. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye.